Hi, this is Maria again, and I'm here with Kelly Neff of InfoLine, and we're just going to talk about some of the questions she's getting on the InfoLine about e-readers. Kelly, can you tell us, besides the devices and how to get free ebooks from the library, what other questions you get on the InfoLine about e-readers?
Well, a lot of times we get people who have already gone through the process of downloading and everything, and there's a problem with their account. They either get the email saying that their reserve is ready and they go to transfer it, and it's saying you need to download the WMA software, which is the audio.
Oh.
And they're not sure why because they're wanting their ebook. They've already downloaded the software for that and have been successful in the past.
Okay, sounds like when a customer has a problem downloading an ebook, we might want to check that they have the right format, right?
Yes.
Because it's easy to do if they want an EPUB and they download the
Correct.
MP3. So that's all important things to check. Okay, that's a good tip actually.
Mm-hmm.
What other questions do you have about people call about e-readers besides that?
There for a while they were getting emails saying their reserve was in and it wasn't. So that was a problem with Overdrive, and I think they've corrected. But basically that's it. The new people, and then
Sure.
just regular old troubleshooting with their accounts.
Pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Do you ever get calls from people who have the Kindle and they ask you why
A lot
they
of
get?
times, especially the original advertising we were doing and the press that came, they saw a Kindle on our table and they said that we could use Kindles for this. So we got a lot of calls after that. Everyone got a Kindle and wanted to know why. But, unfortunately it doesn't work with Overdrive, so.
Okay, and that's really not our fault, right? It
No,
just doesn't work
it's
with
just
Overdrive.
the business model of Amazon.com. It's a perfectly wonderful device. You just can't get the free ebooks from the library.
Wow, that's too bad. Um, I know that we've had e-reader kiosk tables and display tables out at the library. Many locations, A&M has them. Reynoldsburg now has them. I know also there's been a lot of information about e-readers, and we have to learn this new technology all at once. What tips do you have for staff on how to, get up on the learning curve, ahead of the
Um,
curve on this?
the first thing I do, if you have access to them, even if you don't own one, go to one of the kiosks and look at an e-reader, see how it works, how do you turn a page, the different features on them. Some of them you can enlarge the text, you can decide how many words are on a line. It's really nice, as long as you have that hands-on, it gives you a starting point to understand the thing. If you've never touched one, it's harder to get the concept than if you have.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I have a Kindle,
Yeah.
so I had something to start with, so I knew how they worked. And now that I've been able to play around with some of the other devices, I'm much more comfortable
Mm-hmm.
explaining them to
Right.
people.
Yeah, Kelly's absolutely right. There's no substitute for that hands-on.
Yes.
But also, there's lots of great information out there.
Yeah. There
On
are some wonderful articles linked to our wiki. There was one in particular, I don't have it in front of me right now, that walks through all the different softwares and the formats, and it just explains it in a way that's easy to understand.
Okay. Do you ever get a question from customers where you have to refer them to the device manufacturer? You've tried everything else.
Yeah, there are situations where, we've determined that they've downloaded the software right, the book downloaded to their computer correctly, and they're just having trouble getting it from the computer to the device. Since a lot of these companies are advertising, buy our device because you can get free library books, we say, this is the point where you might want to call their customer service because it seems to be on their end and not this end.
So that's good to hear. We're not
No.
technology experts, right? We're not
Mm-hmm.
device experts.
Yeah.
There comes a time where we refer the customers to the
Right.
device
Once we've
manufacturer.
determined that, everything is working fine on our end, don't hesitate to say, it may be on the device's end. It may be having problems.
Right.
I don't know if it's defective or it's just something that Barnes& and Noble's having problems with, for example.
Okay.
But they advertise this, so they should be prepared to answer some questions about it as well.
Good to know. Since we've launched eReader and when they first came out in December, late December, has your knowledge improved now of e-readers?
Yes. Like I got my Kindle back in November, so I knew personally how it worked. Since we've gotten the kiosks, a lot of times I've been able to just pick them up and kind of compare and contrast what I like and what I don't about them and see how